Okay, everybody, welcome back to AGA.
Welcome.
Today we are talking about 8 games at Walmart, kids games at Walmart that are actually fun.
Yes.
There actually are 10, so you can check it out. We'll link it here. You can see the other ones in our article we wrote on our website. But we're just going to talk about 8 quick ones today. And the reason we wanted to do this video specifically is because there are so many games out there that are okay, but just aren't very fun, especially as an adult playing with kids, right? So if you have your kids and you want to play a game, some of the games like, Trouble and Shoots and Ladders, Candyland is another one where it is just mind-numbingly horrible to play.
It is.
If you're like me, man, Candyland, or it's just like you draw a card, or at least now they have the spinner or whatever. It's just no fun. So if you can get games that are fun for the adult to play with your kids as well as the kid, it just makes it that much better.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to talk about 8 games that we really, really like. Okay, so let's talk about the first one then. And that is Bugs in the Kitchen. Bugs in the Kitchen is one we found. I think it was on VAT 19 a few years ago. Actually, I think we got it for you guys,
You
right?
did, you did.
So we got it for them for Christmas, him and his family. And it's this game where it's kind of just a normal size, longer box, like a Monopoly box almost. And it stays in the box, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
And so you have this little vibrating cockroach. And the way that it works is it vibrates across the floor. And so then you have kind of this grid of a bunch of forks and knives that can twist on a hinge and spoons on a hinge, and then you all take turns rolling a die. So on my turn I would roll a die and it has forks and knives and spoons on different sides and a wild.
Yes it does.
And so I would roll it, and depending on what it is, if it's a spoon that shows, then I can find a spoon on the thing that's near the cockroach and turn it. My goal is to get it to my corner of the kitchen 3 times. The first one to get the bug to the corner of your kitchen 3 times wins. And so depending on what you see, right, there's that element of luck, but and you can turn it, and then obviously if it's a wild, you can turn in any of the ones that you see.
Yep, exactly.
But the reason it's so fun is because it's this high pressure for kids, right, where you're like, oh, okay, you want to go fast.
You have to do it quick, and you have to think quickly, and
turn them and because sometimes if you're not fast enough, the cockroach will hit the side and keep going down a different kind of alley that's then created.
Yep.
And so it's
then you have to trap it, and it's
and this really may be one of my favorite games. It might be the favorite. It's very close for a couple of them.
It is, yeah.
But it's really fun because really it's just this thing. There's not really much to it. You roll a die, you turn the thing, but it's so exciting and. Man, especially when it happened, everyone was like, I think it was Christmas or something.
It was Christmas.
We started playing, and everyone was like, wait, what are you playing over there? And they wanted to see, and they wanted to participate, and everyone was
playing. And unfortunately, only 4 people can play it. So, everyone was taking their turns and waiting their turn to play this game.
But it was
a lot of fun.
Really, really fun. It's definitely worth checking out if you've never heard of it, or even if you have and you haven't tried it. One of the funnest ones on the list.
It is.
Okay, so let's move on to number 2. This one is one modeled after a drinking game, I can only imagine. And that is, the second one is Bounce Off.
Now this game is very, very simple. Very simple. Basically everybody has their own colored ball, and they're trying to follow a design on a card.
Yeah, but it's also how do you even describe it? It's like this grid in the center.
Kind of reminds me of Connect 4. You know how it looks like with the square and
laid down on its side, and it has spikes. We'll send pictures
prongs,
in.
Yeah.
So that when you bounce them in.
Yep, you bounce it off of the table or whatever it's on, and you're trying to get it into this grid, right? And then everyone takes a turn bouncing their balls into the grid, and they're trying to make a design like an L or a cross or a T and different things.
Right. It all depends. It all depends on the game you're playing, because you can actually slide a little piece of cardboard, and sometimes it's like, hey, create this design. You have to bounce the ball into the design.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's you're trying to get certain numbers of points. You're bouncing it to get the highest number of points. It all depends. But the whole idea, as he said, is you have your own colored balls, and you're trying to bounce them into this little cage. And sometimes
that's a perfect way of describing it. Cage. There we go.
So you bounce it, and then sometimes it bounces off into the wrong thing, and sometimes you lose points. Sometimes it knocks balls out because there's a bomb there or whatever. It all depends on the game you're playing, but it's really fun because kids love this game, and it's fun for adults because you're trying to master. Okay, you're trying to knock it into the little cage that you're shooting it at, and so very fun. Way more fun than some other games that you can play with kids, and kids love it too, man. Every time we play it, the kids are like, I want to play, and they're all there. So.
It's a lot of fun.
Really fun, well worth it. Check that one out as well. Okay, let's move on to number 3, and that is Speak Out.
Speak Out.
Now, Speak Out is a game, I actually put this game on the list because I really liked it. I thought it was really funny, at least especially for kids and with kids. Dan's played a little bit.
Yeah, every time we've played it, I've had a lot of fun.
And the essence with Speak Out is they have these little mouth guards that you put in your mouth, and then it holds your
lips open.
And then you have to read phrases, and then you go around and everyone does it, and you get points if you can discover what the person's saying. And the reason that it's so fun is because kids really enjoy it. They think it's really funny, and adults obviously enjoy it too because it's hilarious when you're trying to, like, what is this person saying? I can't figure it out. And their mouth looks ridiculous, and it looks stupid, and it looks funny. And so
it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Make sure that, because there's 2 different versions, so make sure that you get the kids versus parents.
Right, because the mouth guards can be bigger or smaller or whatever, but it's a really fun game. It's one, if you've never seen it before, you may, I don't know, it's definitely a type of person that maybe not like it or like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like kind of the vulnerable type games where you're going to look stupid and feel stupid, maybe not.
This is not the game for you then, because it will make you look stupid.
Right, but if you don't mind and you think it's funny, those kinds of situations, definitely check it out. Okay, Let's move on. Number 4. Number 4.
Jenga.
Now, this is a game that has been around a long time, and you may already know it, so I don't spend a lot of time on this one on the list, but it is one that kids tend to like, and that is Jenga, right? They love seeing things topple. In fact, usually it turns into just pushing it over or knocking it down the best way you can.
Absolutely.
But especially as they get older, Jenga is just a fun game. It's been a classic for years and years and years. We still like it, even with all the new games that are out there, just because you can build this tower, and then it just kind of turns into this challenge, especially as kids get older. Like, he has a son. How old is he?
12.
12, right? And he's getting into the upper ages of this, obviously, but kind of that 8 to 12 to a little bit older age, and then even to adults, right? That challenge of trying to get better, definitely for them. My oldest is 5 now, and he likes it, but not quite as much. He'd probably like it a little bit.
Toppling it over than actually playing it.
So, but fun game nonetheless. Check it out. Okay, move on to the next one. Next one is Connect 4. What is it? Shots. I always mess that up. I don't know why. Connect 4 shots. And so, as he mentioned earlier, Connect 4 is, you're trying to put these things in a grid that's standing up. You're trying to put them in a grid. Well, Connect 4 shots is with the ping pong balls just like bounce off, but it's standing up, and then it's got this thing that you're bouncing them into, and it's separated into the specific columns that Connect 4 has. And so instead of connecting 4 with those little circular things, you're bouncing it into the grid, and if you bounce it the wrong way, maybe it goes down the thing. But it's really fun because, again, kids love anything that has to do with bouncing the ball somewhere, trying to get them to connect in the right way.
This Connect 4 shots is a lot more fun than just regular Connect 4 because of, like you said...
For kids especially.
Because of the balls and the bouncing it and trying to master bouncing it.
Right, because kids are starting to learn strategy and things like that, but they don't really understand. Mm-hmm. And so for them to be able to try to, okay, I'm going to try to get 4, and it's more fun to bounce than it is to, okay, how can I outmaneuver this person, right?
Yeah,
it's just not quite.
And it turns more into just getting it into the cage, like he said. It's
but
more
for
about
adults,
that.
again, it's fun for adults as well because you're trying to get it just the right way, and it's a challenge, so you're having fun.
Exactly.
All right, let's move to number 6. I think we're on now. Number 6 is Spot It. So you've probably played this game or heard of it. It kind of comes in a circular metal can, and so in essence, what happens is everybody starts with a card, and there's more than one way to play this game. Yeah. The way we always play it is there's a bunch of different things, just random things on your card, but it is always connected to somebody else's card, and so you all start. The way that I've played this is with a big group, and everyone had a card, and then you would go and face off with people, and you would look at the card, and the first person to spot the commonality between your 2 cards is the winner, the other one's out. Yeah. And so it starts to whittle its way down until there's only one person left, in essence, and that person wins. Now, there's other ways to play it as well, but that's the way we've always played it.
And it works.
Yeah, and kids love it again, too, because you're there trying to find it as they're racing mom or dad. And mom or dad have a fun time, especially when you're playing mom or dad or versus the kids, because you're probably going to beat the kids. But it's just a fun game for the whole family if you have kids of various ages, especially as they get up to 12, 13, 14, and cascading down from there. It's a really fun one because it becomes this challenge. again, one of those high energy games like Bugs in the Kitchen,
Yeah.
where you're trying to get it as fast as you can, and the kids are trying to get it as fast as they can. Everyone's excited, running around like crazy. Really, really fun. Cheap. This is also one of the cheapest games on the list.
Very cheap.
Inexpensive. You should be able to find it at Walmart, if not on Walmart.com. Really, really good.
Yep. It is.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 7, I think.
Yep. Number 7. That is Tenzi.
Tenzi.
This is a lot of fun, especially for kids, because basically, in essence, what you're doing is everyone has their
10
own
dice. A set of 10 dice. So
yeah.
depending on how many people are playing, it's a lot of dice.
It is a lot of dice, and basically they're just following the cards with
Direction.
Direction, exactly.
So it says, be the first to have all 6s.
Yeah, or it says, bark or make a noise of your favorite animal. What was yours again?
Every time
chicken?
you roll. It's not a chicken.
Your
It's
favorite
gorilla.
animal. Okay,
Gorilla.
there we go. So your favorite animal, you have to make the noise of your favorite animal while you're rolling the dice, trying to make.
So every time you roll, right? So, yeah. So if mine is a cow,
Okay.
I
guess
roll.
that's a little bit better.
moo, and then all the 6s that are there, I move them over, and then I roll again, and then I move the 6s over, moo, every time, right? And so, as you can imagine, this is a really fun game for kids because they think it is hilarious when you do stuff like that. Also, it's a race, so it's high energy. So everyone's rolling their dice. It's loud. So if you don't like loud noises, this isn't the game.
This isn't your game.
Because everyone's, I guess if you're rolling on a soft surface that isn't clinking really loudly.
Yeah, then it's a little bit better. But
But
yeah, everyone is rolling, trying to be the first to get a Tenzi, which is the 10 dice of the same
all
number.
of the same number, or whatever the card directs,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So there's like 70 cards you can buy or something like that, 100, whatever.
Some
And
of them are designed.
they're all different. Like,
they're
you have
all
to make this
different.
pattern of 3s here and 2s there, and so you have to roll until you can make that pattern or whatever it is. Very fun, simplest game you can imagine, right?
Very
it's
simple.
not hard. There's no learning curve. It's, hey,
Read
roll
the
all
card
6s, and so you just keep
do
rolling
it.
until you have all
Yep.
6s. And so,
Exactly.
very fun, very simple, very loud.
Very
But
loud.
good nonetheless. But again, good for all ages, fun for parents because it's a race, right? So especially as kids get older, if it's a 3 or 4 year old, they're not gonna be able to compete, but it would be fun for them anyway. But as kids get older, right, 12, 13, 14, 15, they're gonna really be able to outpace you a lot of times, and so really fun for everyone. Just a good all family game.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to the last one, and that is
number 8.
Headbands. Headbands is another one that you've probably played before, whether or not you've played this game, you've heard of it or played it before, and that is you all wear these headbands, as you can imagine.
What? Headbands?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You put on headbands, you put a card here, and it's something you don't know what it is. Everyone else can see it, and you're asking questions about what it is.
Exactly.
And your
trying to figure out what that word is.
Your goal is to figure out what is on your head. And there's a million ways to play. We never keep the rules on this one, so I don't know what the official rules of this are. You'll have to read it, but we always you can ask questions until you guess it. Yeah. And then usually it turns into some clues depending on how old the kid is. And
exactly.
Like when you give you a clue, it's it's in the ocean.
It's in the
Ask about water, and stuff like that. And so really fun, low key, nothing really to learn. You just put it on and put
it's
a card
entertaining
on.
for the kids to be able to the excitement of what word is on my head and trying to figure it out, and it also helps them to learn to ask certain questions and be able to think of how to figure out this word.
Yep. It's a thinking game, but very simple, right?
Yes.
Easy to play, hard to play well, which is what we always say. We love these games because they're fun for kids, and most of them are fun for adults as well. And that's why we've labeled them 8 kid games at Walmart that are actually fun. Yeah. There's a lot of games at Walmart. Not necessarily all of them are fun, but there are these 8 and more kids games that are really just fun. You actually have fun as the adult playing.
Absolutely.
And so
mind blowing.
Check them out. If you've never seen them, definitely go check them out. They're really, really fun. We love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment down below. If these are not ones that you would say you would like, that you think are fun at Walmart, leave that in the comment down below. We'd love to see what you guys would have chosen on your list had you made it. And I guess
see you next time.